So I was thinking about 2015, back when fidget spinners were cool, and everything was different, when Despacito was trending. And okay, that was 2017, but I don't even remember what was trending in 2015 because I was too young to be on the internet. And I think that was the time when the internet, yeah, okay, we're getting off topic, so let's get back. So the thing is, I remember 2015. I remember a really exact moment. I was sitting on a chair in my grandmother's room. She was watching some cringe Bengali serial. I was watching it with her. I was sitting on a chair where my grandfather's portrait was kept, and I just sat on the chair. Like, if it is a chair like this, like if this is a chair, here the portrait is kept, I literally sat like this. So I sat on the portrait, I sat on the chair, and I used to watch serials with her every day. And now that I look back, it feels like something really priceless and beautiful, a memory that I could frame forever. See, back in third grade, I have no tension. Only tension I had was scoring full marks in maths and science. Yeah, not even history. That was not even my subject. Okay. So it was fun. It was great. And you want the explanation why I used to sit in the chair where my grandfather's portrait was kept? Simple. My grandfather had recently died, and that was my coping mechanism. It felt like I was sitting in his lap again. So there's that. So as September 14 is approaching and I'm turning 18 soon, I have been reflecting a lot on my childhood, on how it was the most priceless, fairy tale worthy time of my life. So it all started really great. I was raised in a village, literally and figuratively. There was literally a village of people who raised me. Like, my parenting was not done only by my parents, okay? Like, the core ideas, the fundamental beliefs that I have was still shaped by my parents. And I think that happened much later, in the later years, rather than my formative years. Now I look at my childhood from a psychoanalytical point of view, because I know too much, and it just feels like the best. Like it feels like everybody deserves the childhood I had. Every child deserves a good childhood, and I can't compare myself. It was so good. Okay. So I was literally raised by a village of people. I was not only raised by my parents, my mother used to work, so she used to go and work, and my father also worked. So I was raised by my grandparents, and the amount of grandparents I had in my life, in my formative and later years, were like, they taught me the most valuable lessons anyone could have ever taught me. In the formative years, it was just normal grandparents showering the grandchild with love, affection, kind of love. And then in the latter years, I lost a lot of my grandparents. Yeah, like, see, there used to be my house and the neighbor's house and the neighbor's house beside that, and all of them had grandparents and uncles and aunts. No house had a child in my generation, so I was literally the colonist kid. My love was not limited to my family, it was limited to my colony. And call it affection, call it community, call it anything. And I feel I owe it too much to them. Like, I owe my childhood to them. Like, I understand I don't owe anything to my parents because they are the person who brought me to the world. So it was their responsibility to raise me, and they did it perfectly. Look at me. They did a wonderful work, okay? So they did amazing. But the people in my life that loved me didn't really needed to love me, but still they did, okay? My neighborhood grandpa, my neighborhood grandma, they did not need to love me, but they did anyway. And that is like the most selfless thing I've ever seen in my world, like in my life. Like, I remembered my neighborhood aunt used to feed me for 2 hours when I was 4, even though she didn't need to. I remember my neighborhood grandfather bringing brinjals for me to eat, because I used to eat them when they didn't, like he and the grandmother did not used to eat it even. So he used to bring that whole thing for me only. He used to call me good girl, like from the childhood, and like he used to praise me. Like after my grandmother, because I did not have a lot of time left with my grandfather, because as I told you, he died in 2015. So he was the grandfather who lived beside my house, but he was so close to me. And like in the later years, in when I was in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I used to go and literally learn so much from him about life, about everything. So I just owe so much to all these people, even though I don't owe anything to them. I feel this immense amount of gratitude about my childhood, because it is the most fairy tale worthy time of my life. See, when we talk about our generation and parenting and childhood, the first thing that comes in our mind is childhood trauma. And I have none of that. Okay, I have zero childhood trauma. I was, you know what I used to did? I used to go to my neighbor's home, take the Colgate, paint the bathroom mirror with the Colgate, and they used to still, like, they used to scold me a little, but then, like, they used to treat me like their own child. And that time it seemed normal because they loved me. But when I grew up, I moved somewhere in a city, not a big city, but a city, little city. I realized that this is not something everybody gets to experience. As I talked to more people, I made more friends. This is something pretty rare that I had. So this video is about reflecting on my childhood and just a petition to bring community back in the world again, because we need children to be raised, yeah, in a more loving world. So that's it. I'm signing off for today. Bye.